Welcome back to the Sonic Colors playthrough. Today we're going to play through Aquarium Park, which is basically what you'd get if you put Dragon Road from Sonic Unleashed in space.
Well, if you took Dragon Road, submerged it in the Atlantic Ocean, encapsulated it in a ball, and then put it in space.
Yeah, I suppose that's a bit more to the point.
Yeah, this is in terms of, just quickly off the bat, in terms of music, this is one of my favourite tracks. This is Tomio Otani. It's fantastic. The actual apparently the actual design of this, like the kind of like a water theme level in a kind of Japanese like house environment, apparently has been around since the conception of Sonic 1.
Really?
I remember reading, I could be wrong, but I remember reading that somewhere, that this basic design has been around. So, you know, like, so when people complain about how they want, you know, like level tropes more like the classics, you can't get more classic than an idea that's been around since the classics.
Indeed. I didn't want to cut you off there, but that view as we were running down was fucking spectacular.
Well, all the views in this, like, you know, like that's kind of redundant to say about this game, because pretty much every level looks fantastic.
I'm just trying to give the props, man.
I love the fact that the egg pawns, see Tom, these characters here are egg pawns.
Okay, yeah.
And they're different from egg fighters from Unleashed.
Yeah, okay, fuck you, Gareth.
What's interesting about this level is that this is the first 3D Sonic game since SA1 where water won't kill you if you land in it.
Which is very nice, but that's kind of my major problem with Aquarium Park. There are no 3D underwater sections at all. To be honest, that's kind of a shame, because since SA1 there's never been any like proper 3D sections underwater, or like 3D water levels in general. So you kind of miss out on the chance of having some good solid platforming underwater, and we'll get into why that might be later on. But I don't want you to think that we're kind of like bashing Aquarium Park here, because everything else is fantastic. When you go underwater, it's very fun. You can use the drill, which, you know, besides drowning out the excellent music, is very fun, and I honestly prefer it to using the drill normally underground. The backgrounds look fantastic, the marine life looks amazing, especially the giant jellyfish, and yeah, it's pretty great overall.
Tomio Otani has said this is one of his favourite tracks. I think Otani has said that, and I've been told since being corrected by Dreadnoughts, I have been saying his name wrong for years, but I can't remember how you're meant to pronounce it, so I'm going to continue saying Otani until I am proven wrong again.
Well, it's not Otini or something, is it?
See, it might be. That actually sounds familiar to what Dreadnought said. It may be Otini.
Well, it makes sense. It's kind of musical themed.
Damn it, I've been corrected by Anton. My life is a lie. What you're seeing there, what Tom's doing there, is what I love about the water section in Aquarium Park. When you're in water, it kind of makes it a game breaker, because you can just jump forever.
Indeed. I missed the double jump so much in Generations.
When I first played Generations, I was expecting the double jump, and I didn't, and it made me sad. Just to go off on a tangent, in terms of a basic moveset, with the exception of the fact that you can't drift whenever you want, I would say that Colors probably has my favourite moveset of any Sonic game.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
See, I know we've spoken about it before, but I'm not a big fan of the cube. It's just kind of dull. I mean, like, I know it's there for a reason, to give you know, like some nice platforming sections, but
yeah, I've never heard anyone say, oh, my favourite Wisp is the cube. It's always like laser or spikes. Personally, I like hover.
I like it. You see, the problem with I guess a lot of the Wisps really is that they're kind of stuck in 2D.
Yeah.
I think the only ones, like Hover, you can use in 3D. Frenzy, although it's ironically as bad to control as Frenzy is in 2D, it's even worse in 3D.
Yeah, definitely.
It's friggin' insane. But yeah, a lot of, well, I wouldn't say complaints, but a lot of notice is that in Colors is a lot more. I know we probably said this before, and just to quickly go over that, Colors is a lot more 2D than 3D, and I think probably the reason why it is because the Wisp, which is like something like, say, Drill, would be insane to control it in 3D. It would actually be like, because if picking up the camera wouldn't make sense if you were doing Drill in 3 dimensions.
Well, maybe if you put it in first person.
I don't like the idea of a first person section in a Sonic game. I don't know why. Just to me, I just don't like that idea.
Well, it was like I usually browse NeoGAF a lot, and something that gets brought up from time to time is, what if there was a Sonic game that played like Mirror's Edge? And I'm like, are you kidding me? You'd get motion sickness so fast it's not even funny.
Well, I mean, that's what happened with Speaking of motion sickness, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, the classic, was faster, but apparently it actually caused Yuji Naka to get motion sickness, so he had to slow it down. I would love to play the original version of Sonic, the one that's insanely fast, or faster than the original.
I just think it's a bit of a shame that they're not taking any risks in regards to 3D water levels, because like you said, it's been so long since we've had one, but then again, if I had created the water snake section of Lost World, I don't think I would have tried a 3D water stage anytime soon either.
Yeah, well, see, that kind of hurt the franchise for a bit. Well, see, some people love Lost World, which I don't mind it, but that section is infuriating.
It's horrendous because the camera is so poorly designed for that section.
Well, yeah, it's just like the basic idea of that water snake section isn't a bad one. It's just its execution, thanks to its shoddy camera, is bad. I love the fact that these egg pawns have swords. I think that's hilarious.
Well, they are samurais, Gar.
They're still egg pawns, Tom. You're still an idiot.
I hope you can see this because I'm flipping you off as hard as I can.
Now, I love the fact that I'm gonna kind of break the fourth wall here. I love the fact that the comment on the video we're watching says, "I hate how this game forces you to go underwater during all the good parts of the songs." I say that because basically when you go underwater in this, kind of like when you boost, they just kind of put a filter on the music, so it kind of sounds like you're hearing it if you were in the club if you were in the toilet in the basement of a club, so you can still hear it, but it's kind of like really like bassed out. On the DS version, they kind of did all new remixes that sound like you're hearing it if you're on drugs.
The DS version isn't bad. I would describe it as a more technical version of Rush. Not so much an emphasis on tricks as it's kind of more platform heavy.
Well, the DS version, obviously it shares all the same levels as this version. It's kind of plays like Rush, only they've completely removed the trick system, and they've actually given him basically most of the moves you have in this game. You have on the DS version, like the wall jumping, the foot stomp, stuff like that. You know, has the original Wisps and stuff. I actually quite like it. It's pretty decent.
It's decent, yeah. I suppose you could call it Sonic Rush 3.
Oh, yeah, Sega and Dimps have, like, if you play it, it pretty much is Sonic Rush 3, just with no Blaze the Cat and Wisps.
Well, Blaze is in it for some strange reason.
Well, they're all in it for some reason, which doesn't make it look good. Silver's explanation is the best.
Yeah.
I came back in time to check out this theme park, genius.
Because in my time, roller coasters are extinct.
Exactly, because in my time, all we have to pass the time is giant fire gods who kill us.
That's not nearly as fun as the Tilt-A-Whirl.
Exactly. See, that's what Silver's story should have been in 06. You know what? This future sucked. Let's go back in time and play on a roller coaster.
These ticket prices, they burn away at my wallet, destroying everything fun in my life.
Exactly. Have you been to Disneyland this year? Jesus Christ, it's extortionate.
All that's left in his time is Disneyland Paris, the poor bugger.
Oh, all that's left in his time is It's a Small World after all.
Now, speaking of music, they orchestrated the Drowning theme, which is amazing.
Yeah, they did. An interesting bit of trivia here. Of course, before this game came out, whenever they reused music from the Sonic 1 and 2, they had to pay royalties to Masato Nakamura, the music band. But the Chaos Emerald jingle and the Drowning theme were not actually composed by him. The name escapes me. It's in the Colors CD, so I'm going to look at that when I'm talking. But what they did here is that, again, with a lot of the main themes, they reorchestrated it with the Amsterdam Sessions Orchestra. And the problem when they reused it in Generations for like levels like Seaside Hill and Chemical Plant, they have a Drowning theme, but it's the SA1 version, and it's done with really bad synth. and I kind of wish they would have reused this live action, this live orchestra version, because it's just fantastic.
And it's absent in Generations for some reason, which I don't really get.
Yeah, it's just annoying, is what it is.
New little move here: kick the box, and that's about it. You kick a box. Oh lord, do you remember the Interceptor from Unleashed? Yeah, he's back, and now he's a crustacean.
Oh, I see. I never liked these sections.
I didn't.
Yeah, so the Out of Breath theme was originally composed by a gentleman or woman. Please forgive my extremely poor pronunciation here. Yukafumi Makino. Yeah, I probably just offended someone terribly, but yeah.
Well, from trivia to this, the weird thing about this is you can't jump. Your jump is locked here.
Yeah.
And the trick to just getting through this, because it's a very short section, only boost when he goes to attack you, because if you run out of boost, you're fucked.
Pretty much. Which I never liked. They toned it down here and to a certain extent in Generations, but I never liked that in Unleashed. Those like chasing sections. But you know, I say they toned it down. We'll get to a certain level in this game, which is incredibly frustrating. You ain't been playing too badly. You ain't getting none of the red rings though.
Yeah, I never really cared for getting all the red rings in this game. I got them all in Generations, but you know, those levels were kind of more fun to explore. Really, these were a bit more linear.
Did that actually do anything? Getting them all in Generations, apart from like an achievement.
You can unlock new moves.
Okay, are they good moves?
Like Boardmaster, where you can constantly have a skateboard.
Ah, sounds awesome! Sounds amazing! Yeah, well, I think I'm pretty sure we've spoiled what you get by getting all the red rings already.
Yeah, you unlock more stages in Gameland where you can get the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, and then when you get you need all 180 to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and then the thing you would expect to happen when you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
And apparently it's glorious, and compared to the one they give you in Generations, it's meant to be a vast improvement over there.
Well, we've explained Supersonic in colours, haven't we?
I think so. That's why I wasn't actually saying it, because I wasn't too sure.
Okay, well basically what they did, he can't use Wisp power-ups for whatever reason, but they kind of rejigged the level slightly so he doesn't need to.
Yeah, any section where it requires you to use something, they've re-edited it. But he's super fast, he's invulnerable. You know, the only downside is that it plays like the opening 10 seconds of Reach for the Stars on loop over and over again.
This is actually my favourite remix of Aquarium Park. It's just so rave-tastic, I love it.
This would be perfect to host one of my Sweet Rave parties at.
Sweet Rave Party version 2.0, Underwater Edition.
That would be fantastic. This music, whenever I'm driving, I sometimes just play the Colours soundtrack, and I always crack on this track. It's just amazing.
I'm not really a fan of the whole domed underwater city trope in games, but I have to say, with the kind of oriental bent they've given it, it really works.
Yeah. See, just from a visual standpoint, I know we've said it before, but just visually, this level does look just amazing. So now we're on to level 6, which I don't remember. The problem with colours is that because to me, most of the levels kind of blend together, I find it hard to remember specific acts.
Yeah.
The only in terms of gimmick acts I remember is I love the one in Asteroid Coaster where you're chasing the mortal bugs on like the rings of the moon. That's one of my favourite levels in the entire game. Oh, we're hearing it! Ah, you should have died and let us listen to it more.
Well, you got a snippet there. If you want to hear the full thing, go and play the game. It's very good, for a change.
You sound like a retro.
Well, you know what? I kind of went through a period where I loved Sonic, and then I just realised, wow, loads of these games are actually quite mediocre.
This coming from the man who, when Unleashed came out, gave it a 9 out of 10 and said it is this generation's SA1.
Did I really say that?
Yes, you did.
Huh. Kind of weird to see how that turned around, actually.
Exactly. Don't you look like an idiot now?
This coming from the guy who likes Black Knight.
I still like it though. That's the difference though. My opinion hasn't changed. Yours has.
Maybe it should change.
No. Fuck you. I like Black Knight. Shut up. I'm going. Fuck this shit.
What does the fish do exactly? Because I always thought they slowed you down, but don't they act like a permanent air bubble?
Yeah, I think so. It's either that or they protect you from Badniks.
And speaking of, isn't one of the Hydrosity Badniks here in Aquarium Park?
I believe so, but for the life of me, I can't name it. We need Lewis from BrainscratchCom. That guy knows like every fucking Badnik from every game ever.
That is a horrible piece of game design. It just chucks you into a bottomless pit.
Yeah. Although this section where you're kind of running across like the waterfall, it's a really interesting design. It kind of reminds me of the Werehog's Tunan level, where you have to climb up a waterfall. It's really nice.
It actually reminds me of the cave section of Pirate Storm from Secret Rings.
Yeah, I've tried to block out most of Secret Rings from my memory, so I don't remember it too well.
Well, if there's one part of Secret Rings that I'd block out from my mind, it's the No Pearls mission from Pirate Storm. That mission is horrendous.
No, if there's one that I block out, it's the freaking collect dinosaur eggs from Dino Jungle.
Dino, it's a wicked wild.
It's a jungle. It's a dino. Wicked wild. That level track is amazing though, but that level as a whole is just so. Why is there to go off tangent? Why is there a dinosaur themed level when they come out the Arabian Nights?
I know. It's like you got genies, you got sultans, and suddenly it's a T-Rex.
It's the one Disney sequel I wish they'd make. Aladdin and Jurassic Park.
Aladdin and the surprise Velociraptor.
Aladdin and the Land Before Time.
But it had enough sequels, it wouldn't be too out of place.
The series had like 15 fucking sequels.
These eels, slightly more intimidating than the ones in Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy. Nowhere near as terrifying as the one in 64 though.
They kind of slightly remind me of that thing in Phantom Menace, where they're going through the planet core. That giant fish comes out of nowhere. Break over!
Oh, Phantom Menace.
Now I hear the ringing, so I'm gonna assume we're near the Ringo.
Yep.
Which is great because we're running out of stuff to talk about in terms of level design.
Well, luckily for you, the boss is coming up next, and yes, we're just trying to get back into the groove of this. Aquarium Park, it has fantastic music, but unfortunately all the levels are kind of similar.
When a lot of people talk about the differences in the colours that's terrible grammar on my behalf, the script of colours, the humour is a big point with things disagree on. Now this is a cutscene in particular. I love this cutscene. Tom, not so much.
Not really, no.
Put me in the mood for sushi. I doubt Eggman had the decency to put a good sushi joint in this park.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, try the newest dining experience here at Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, the bucket of sushi. Now with fish.
That's like when McDonald's says our chicken nuggets now come with 100% chicken breast. What the fuck was in it before?
Did somebody here order a clobbering? Are you sure? It says somebody ordered an extra.
See, I don't understand how people don't like this interpretation of Sonic, but like his character from '06, where he doesn't do anything.
Man, '06 Sonic is like one of the worst Sonics, both from a design standpoint and from a character standpoint.
Sounds like having a character isn't that easy.
I'll take a diet clobbering, easy on the punching. Now, this boss is actually pretty cool, but it can also be quite fiddly as well. You've got to lead missiles to the end to be able to shatter a dome and activate a switch.
I love the fact that this bad guy's name is called Admiral Jelly.
Wow. Very original there.
The greatest name of any. Oh, the cutscene track for the music track for when this guy first appears in Sweet Mountain is Sugar Armada. It's like the greatest name of anything ever.
That is amazing. And if you get lucky and get a drill wisp like I have here, the boss fight is so much easier.
I love the music track for this. So this is again done by Tomio or Tini or Tani, either one. I'm probably wrong both ways. But you know, I know how at the start it goes like wow, and then it plays a different note. The DS version plays the same note twice, and it sounds really odd after listening to the HD version.
Well, not HD per se.
Not HD, but you know the main one used with real instruments. Other people don't like this game. I don't get it.
I think it's mostly due to the fact that it's like mission based, well acts, but you could call them missions as well I suppose, and it's very short and a bit on the easy side.
It is, you know, I can't argue that it is a bit short and easy, but I'll be honest with you, like, I've always said this, but particularly about Sonic games, if I had to choose between a short and easy game or a long and tedious game, I'm going to pick short and easy every time.
That's true. Challenge isn't always indicative of quality, and I will stand by that notion till the day I die.
Exactly, plus, I've grown up accustomed to short things, so I like them that way. And so does my wife. See, I would say out of the three boss types, this was probably my least favourite.
Which one would be your favourite then?
Probably the one in Starlight Carnival and Asteroid Coaster where you're chasing the like the battleship.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty cool, I guess. I like this one because it's got platforming in it though.
I like it. I just found it like it wasn't boring. I just found it slightly tedious. If that makes any sense. And now we have one of, I think, Kate Higgins's Higgins's.
Yeah, calm down.
The chick who plays Tails.
Yeah.
One of as she is now known, the chick who plays Tails, one of her best deliveries in the game.
Well, I think we're going to leave it here. We shall see you all next time in part 6 for Asteroid Coaster. See you then.
I grabbed a bite at the bucket of sushi.
What's the verdict?
His cruelty knows no bounds.